The video is Leila Nishmas Mishmul Bachim Chamsidai. So we began this morning here in Tokyo, the largest city in the world, 38 million people. Incredible rebuilding of Japan really represents something so powerful and something to learn. And again, we're not painting the Japanese necessarily as the biggest tzaddikim, like some of you pointed out, and certainly in history, 1945, and being attaching themselves to the Nazis and Imach Shemam, and throughout the years, perhaps in the history of the cruelty that exists. But at the same time, you come to a country and you see things that really Judaism teaches, then we have to chaper on, we have to really focus on that. The derech eretz, educacy. We were in a museum, the digital museum, very interesting museum. I don't know if it's in Manhattan. I was told maybe there is in New York, but very fascinating. Maybe I'll try and send 1 or 2 videos of that. So anyway, so I'm sitting. I sat down for a moment with the tour guide, the Israeli guy, which happens to be a person that came to Japan and never married a Japanese without any conversion. The lost 10 tribes, definitely something to cry about. In any rate, I sat down for a few seconds. A lady comes and says, "You can't sit." And my tour guide says, in Japan you don't sit. In the streets there's signs, no smoking. A person could get arrested for smoking in public. These are incredible lessons. I'm not talking about the smoking aspect itself. I'm talking about the fact that there's rules and there's respect and really a commitment, like we pointed out also to the clergy. So these are things that there's a lot, of course, similarities also, and that's why the theories of the 10 lost tribes in Japan, when we went to visit one of the castles of the great samurai, which Blina, I'll try to send a picture of that, and the ninjas. So that right when you enter, there is a sink. Mamish, when someone showed me all the rules of Netilas Yadayim. Mamish, very similar. The priests are not allowed to come in touch with Tmei Mesim, with the dead. A lot of interesting similarities. But I want to go now review a little bit of this trip and what we've seen, what we've not. And it's a little bit surprising that Japan doesn't have the most amazing, even the castles and the houses are not, the museums are interesting. But like I said, we're here, we're passing through, we try to gain as much as we can. So today, first of all, so we started off in South Korea. It was a stopover really. From Korea we went to Kyoto, hard to pronounce these words, Kyoto, and that was a very interesting city, and all the different things there. And then we took what's called the bullet train to Tokyo. The bullet train goes almost 300 miles an hour, really, really fast train, very, very interesting. And in Tokyo, here we went to Beit Chabad and learning about the couple of Jews, really a few hundred Jews that come, but there's actually throughout the year 40,000 tourists come from Israel. Amazing. So there's a lot of potential of kiruv and really inspiring. I want to focus now on today. Today is of course, according to the Chazon Ish, Asar B'Teva. So here I am Wednesday morning, according to the local officials, but according to most poskim, it's Wednesday morning. But on the other hand, according to the Chazon Ish, it's still Tuesday, and therefore it's Asar B'Teva. So those that like to fast, there's an inyan to fast today. So I want to focus on that a little bit, and I want to try to explain to you where does this all come from? Why is it that we could have a place like Japan and be in doubt, is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? So we're going to try to simplify things. If you want, there's a great website, StarK. You just put in StarK Dateline, and it shows you exactly the differences between the different opinions of exactly where the dateline runs. But essentially, I put an apple. The apple is actually a very easy way to look at the Earth. And of course, as we know, the Earth is turning on its axis, and as it's going around the sun, it goes around the sun. It takes a year to go around the sun. While it's going around the sun, a full spin is going to equal 1 day. To make it simple, if you think about it on this apple, let's say, I was going to actually write this, but you could look at it at the apple and review this with your kids too, and look at a globe. You'll have, for example, New York. So let's say in one spot here, you have New York, where my finger is. Now, when the sun is shining there, that's the beginning of the day. But they had to make a decision, which is not so long ago, over 100 years ago, a little bit more than 100 years ago, they made a decision. Somewhere on Earth, on the globe, there has to be a beginning. And and the rest of the area, the rest of the place in the globe is going to be behind that. So there was 3 essential opinions that we really in halacha discuss, and that is the Chazon Ish, which is 90 degrees of Yerushalayim. So if you look at the globe and look 90 degrees, which ends up being basically the border of Asia. And that includes China, includes India, includes what we're actually going to go to. Thailand is also part of the trip. So that's the Chazon Ish. And there's another opinion of Tukachinski, which is 180 degrees. If I had more time, we could do this a little bit slower, but you could look at Dateline Kedai to see. The point is, Japan is in between. Since it's in between, so therefore, in Japan, when they say it's, for example, Sunday, so beautiful. But Palm is according to Chazon Ish, where the line is much more to the west, along the coast of Asia, then it's still Shabbos. That's where all the shilas begin. Bli Neder, we're going to continue.